In this video, I'm going to show you how to create awesome shape dividers with Blox Page Builder. To get us started, I'm going to make some kind of simple layout over here. So I'm going to the row settings, column layout, and I'm going to split this. On the left side, there's going to be a title, a paragraph, and a button. And on the right side there's going to be an image. Let's change the image to the image we want. The one I want is this screen, and I want to push all of this text down here, so I'm going to go for column settings, padding top, and I'm going to change that to 150. Cool, this is looking in place. Let's align all of this to the left. So we're going to edit each add-on and align that to the left. Looking good. And we can add a little bit of font styling over here. Let's say font size 18, line height 1.8, and the button, I want to change it to be black. Change the text, try it free. And we can also change the rounded corners. For the title text, we're going to go to grow your business, and the font we're going to change to bold. This is looking good, and maybe add a little bit of space between the paragraph and the button. Great. Adding a background color. I'm going to go for like a type of yellow orange background color, and I want to add my first shape divider to this section. So I'm going to go to design. The shape divider I want is not top, it's bottom. And we can select the one we want. This is the one I want. It's very subtle right now, so I'm going to change the height to be higher. Let's change that to 450. And now it's hiding, it's sort of cropping the whole section. I don't want it to crop. What I want it to do is to be beneath the content. So this image is popping out right now, and I think this is looking great. Let's start our next section. For the next section, I also want a title, so I'm going to duplicate this one and drag it down over here. This one is going to be aligned to the center, and we can add another row in this section for the icon boxes. So I'm going to search for icon boxes. This is the one I want, and I'm going to duplicate it. I think that's looking good. Let's add a line separator over here, so that's in the basic category. Line separator, it's a bit wide. Let's go for 50. Cool, this is looking great. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this color, since that's the color I want for the next section. The reason I'm creating the next section first is because I want this shape divider to connect with that next section. So now I can go back to the section we were editing earlier, and I'm going to add a bottom divider, and the one I want to use is this single wave, and also this is a bit low, so I'm going to adjust the height to whatever I want, and again we need it to be beneath the content. This is looking pretty good. I think these boxes are a bit too wide, so I can go to the row settings and decrease the width. So I have decreased that, and this is looking great. We can take off the padding bottom for this section, so the shape divider will go up a little bit, and this is looking good. Next section, I'm going to add an image. Let's change the image. Great. And I want to add a title and a paragraph also, like we did in the other section. So add another row. It's added the row beneath this one, so I'm going to drag it on top. And I'm going to split this column into two. And let's take the title and add a paragraph. And this time I don't need a button, but we can also duplicate this separator and drag it between these two. Over here I want this column to be empty, so I'm just gonna add an empty space. Great. Let's add some padding top so it's not so close to the other boxes. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to line everything to the right and change everything to white. So let's change that to white, and we can change it to bold and align it to the right. Looking better. Same thing for this separator, and same thing for this paragraph. Again, I'm going to change the font size and line height. And the effect we got here is a row under a row. And what I want to do is I want to push this image to go on top over here. So it's like sort of this corner is aligned with this title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can do this a couple of ways. I'm going to the add-on settings, and I'm going to margin top, and I'm going to give it a negative value. Great. Let's even push that a little bit more. Now this is a bit close, so I'm going to go to the column settings and add some padding left. Let's add maybe 60. We can go for even more, maybe 120. Yeah, that's looking better. Let's change the text to user experience. Great. So I think this section is done as well. I'm going to add another shape divider, of course, because this tutorial is about shape dividers. The one I'm going to use this time is this one. It's called pyramids. Oh, I added that to the top, so I don't want that on the top. Let's go to none and bottom. So we want these pyramids on the bottom. Great. Again, it's a bit low. Let's change the height. It can be even more maybe. And again, we want to change the content. This phone, we want it to be on top. Great. This is looking very, very good. We're almost done. Let's add another section. And for this section, I'm going to go for 2 columns. On the right column, I'm going to add an image of Nicki Minaj. And on the left column, I want to add a title, a paragraph, And this time I'm going to go for an audio player. So let's search for the audio player. Great, since Nicki Minaj is a music singer. So this is looking good. I want to show you a small trick. Since we've styled this paragraph already, we can copy its settings, like all of the font size and stuff. So you just hover over this top pink bar, copy settings, and we can paste those. Great. So as you can see, it just copied the content and all of the font overrides we have done. Let's go for listen to me sing. Let's change that to bold. And we can space between the paragraph and this audio player. And let's push the contents of this column also down. Oh, I added bottom. We need to add top. Great. Next, shape divider. I'm going to section settings and bottom, and I'm going to add the shape divider. I'm going to add is this one. Now as you can see, you don't see it really much because it's white right now. To change the color, we need to change the auto detect to no. Oh, you know what? I'm going to, let's change the color first. Okay, now it's black. And I don't want this one. I'm going to go for these sound waves because she's a music singer and we want it to work together. And we can change the height of these to something larger. And we can also make these waves repeat themselves. So you can see there's an option for divide or repeat, and you can do as many as you want. I'm going to go for 2 right now. There's a bit of white space over here, so I'm going to change the padding bottom to 0, and that should take care of that. Let's jump over to the next section. Change the background to black also, and we're going to split the column into 2. Add another image, football player this time, and on the right side of this football player I'm going to add bar counters. Need to change the text to white since we don't see it right now, and the number colors to white. Looking good. So to finish this up, let's add a last shape divider in the end over here. So we're going again to the section settings, design, bottom divider, and I'm going to go for this one. Let's change the height, and to make his leg pop out we need to go to beneath content. Looking good. Let's push this. Oops, I deleted it by mistake. And to push that down, let's add some padding bottom, top. Great. So that's how you do it. There is also a way to add your own shape dividers if you know how to use graphic interfaces. I'm going to show that in another tutorial. So stay tuned and thank you for watching.